Alrighty, week 9 in CIT82. Awesome possum. Hope you're all doing well. Steve Wozniak, I saw a couple of you there last night, was amazing. It was really like being in geek royalty. And all the people I saw and just the discussion that had last night. So if you missed it, bummer for you. If you ever get a chance, go see Woz. He's awesome. All right, let's talk about this week. So this is week 9, and I kind of think I said this last week. It's that end of the part of the semester where you have to figure out if you're going to stay. It's that song, "Should I Stay or Should I Go Now?" I suggest you all hang out. Okay, that's just my FYI. And I am running a little, and so let me just complete that. So this is the week Friday, a week from today. I'm recording it at the end of week 8, as I always do. So, anyway, the other thing is, email me any questions you have about that. Yeah, I'm running a little late today. DevFest is starting to really kick my butt, so for the next 7 days, it will really be challenging, but we'll get it done, or I'll get it done one way or the other. So hopefully you're signed up. If not, now is the time. Please reach out, ask any questions you have about DevFest or anything else. Make sure you get what you need. Let's turn to the screen and see what we got this week. Okay, so we're starting into 2 weeks of CEO. So I've been giving this a little thought, and there was a couple of CEO ones in the lynda.com stuff, but I ended up choosing one that was targeted to an area that we also cover. So I feel like we kind of, in a sense, get, two bangs for our buck a little bit. But, and not because we still need to cover payment systems, but I like that it covers CEO from a e-commerce perspective because everything he talks about pretty much here is true for non-e-commerce sites as well. But understanding these ideas of the CEO and what you need to take care of and what you need to consider when building sites is really important. And I love the fact that he talks about analytics, really important part, and we'll probably set up an analytics account and take a look at it. So anyway, that's on par for the next 2 weeks, and I break it down and tell you what you need to watch, right? As far like we always do. So that's this week and next. Okay, so for the current topics this week, I want to give you a draft, right? So I've drafted Project Zero, and I'll show you in a minute where it's at. It's listed. I want you to review the draft and give me your feedback and or thoughts on the requirements, okay? So that will be what you'll do in this reply. So let me show you under modules. If you scroll down, you will see lower down here, week 18, Project Zero. So here's what I'm thinking we will do is that you will select 25 topics from all the course material, lectures, hands-on, current topics. So, I'm not going to tell you how to go through and select it. I want you to select it. And then I want you to determine 4 to 5 categories and create a graphic site map for all your pages. So really this means your top level navigation, and I'm going to have you create a graphic for this layout. So that's the first parts of this. And then you'll write 200 words of original content for your index page. Okay, and then using the current version of Bootstrap, oh, I said Boot Camp, I'll fix that, to create a website of the selected course content. Okay, and you'll upload it to a host server, GitHub Pages, or Google Drive. Probably, I would bet it'd be one of these two, but I've shown you Google Drives so I put it in there. And we will, in the last part of the course, the last 4 weeks, 3 weeks, I think, starting 17, 16, probably starting 14. We'll see. I have to lay out the other weeks because there are a couple more topics like gateway payment systems I need to make sure we cover. We will do the Bootstrap lynda.com course. I was actually excited to see they had included one since the beginning of this semester when I didn't see one, so we'll be doing that. So I gotta kind of pick and choose the final my lynda.com. But anyway, back to this. So think about that. Think about just that brief overview. And again, I'll refine these requirements, and we'll have probably this similar thing in a couple weeks. So do that. Give me your feedback or your thoughts about that. Okay, so the hands-on for this week I think should be fairly easy depending on how last week was for you, but now I want you to take that local repository that you had, create a repo up on GitHub. So GitHub, and then they talked about this in the lecture, is that site that you can then push, and this is the idea, is you push your content that has been committed into your local repository into the GitHub site. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make a few more changes, just minor changes to your index file, and then how to push that up there. Okay, so let me start with Sublime. So what I did is I took that index in that same repository that we had before. I added an H1, hello GitHub, Rio here, so at least add a couple things so we can see that. And then of course save that file. And then if I go to my terminal, right, I do git status. I'll see I have a commit to make here, right? So git add, and I can just do index.html. Cool, and then git commit, and then we'll do -m, and we'll say more content. Cool, and then git status. Oh, good. So I'm good to go. So I have one more change, right? And so git log, we're not going to do it yet. So now I have 3. So this is 3 commits that I have, right? So I'm ready to go. So now what you do is you go over, and if you don't already have one, you go to github.com, right? And you create an account. That's pretty easy, pretty straightforward there. You can, I think, use your Google login. I can't remember when I did it. It's been so long ago. So then when you do this, you'll do a new repository. Okay, so I'm just going to call mine CIT82. Cool. Sounds pretty good. Keep it public for now. For forever, really. There may be reasons in the future you might want to keep it private, but for this example, keep it public. Go ahead and create it. Cool. Now, make sure you don't leave the screen. This screen tells you exactly what you need to do, right? So if we were creating a new repository like we did last night, or last week, sorry, last night, then we could do this first part. But ultimately, it's just these last 2 lines are this, where we push the existing repository from the command line, right? So what's cool here is you can actually just take, right? So I'm going to take it one piece at a time. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to paste, right? So I'm going to add git remote. So basically I'm telling Git, here's my remote repository, my remote where it's going, okay? So nothing really happens. Oh, it already exists for me. That's right. I did it a minute ago. So for you, it won't happen there, right? So I forgot. I actually did it and I deleted it. So I'm going to do my second command where I push. Now, this point you have to log in with whatever account you set up your GitHub account on, or using your username. Cool. Excellent. Excellent. So looks like from here it's done, right? So let's go ahead and go over to GitHub now, and again, make sure you don't leave this page to get those commands. But I'm going to click on my 82. I'm going to go, yeah, there it is. Sweet. Awesome. Great, great, great. I hope that was, this is just the beginnings of something that the further you move into this industry, the more likely you will use some kind of version software, versioning software or process, and this is a very common one. So here's what you need to do to prove you've done this. I need 2 things. I want to have your git log, right? So and actually what you could do here, and I think this would be good, you could just take right from your status before, so you could actually see the whole thing. It wouldn't hurt. Right, so I did my 2 commits, I did my log, I'm just kind of seeing where I'm going to do it here. And then I'm going to take it all the way so you can see it all the way through. So copy that, right? So in your reply, you'll do that. So you'll give us the, my git log. Actually, in this case, it's not just the log, because the log just shows you the commits. I would just say my git commands, because in this case I want to see how your remote went. Okay, so you do that there, and then also provide us on top of that somewhere, right? My git right, so let me just go back here one more. So we give you this link right here, right? So my git to my repo, my repo link. So I call it my GitHub repo link. Okay, and then give us a link to that. All right, so that's what you need to do for this. Make sure, again, if you haven't been doing this, I think most of you have caught on to this, right? Is that when you give links like that, make sure you're doing, you have to scroll to the top, okay? Make sure you're doing the underscore blank. Excellent. It's hard to type sometimes. It's Friday. I've been here. It's a long day for me. Anyway, that's the idea, right? And then write 150 words about this, and that's it. So, anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will chat with you next week, which will be the Friday before DevFest, and I will be crazy busy, but still making sure I get your stuff done. Maybe I'll get ambitious and get it done early before Friday. Anyway, peace out.